Hey guys, Weeby Newz here, and today we are back with yet another video. Today we're going to be looking at Genshin Impact characters getting executed like Danganronpa style. It's just like, at this point, I've seen all the Danganronpa executions of my favorite characters. I've seen all the fan-made ones, so why not see some fan-made executions for my favorite characters for different games and just like, crush my spirit yet again. The first one we're going to be checking out today is this one, which is the execution of the ultimate emergency food, Paimon. Also, I found the original video on Bilibili. Unfortunately, I don't know how to say the creator's name, but I'll be sure to include their account in the description if you'd like to check out their work. I love that that's her talent. Perfect. The only correct talent for Paimon, honestly. I'm assuming I don't know, they're gonna eat her or something. It's kind of fucked up now that I think about it. Why am I doing this to myself again? The other first thought that came to me thinking about Paimon getting executed was how the hell did Paimon kill in the first place? I feel like she's canonically 1 foot tall. She just looks like a flying baby. Well, how did she even manage to do that? It'd be honestly hilarious if it was somebody really overpowered like Zhongli or Raiden Shogun. You discovered during the trial that she killed one of them and it's yeah, I'm not even sure how I managed that one. That would be honestly hysterical. Although it would not make any sense whatsoever. I feel like the only way she could actually kill somebody and it makes sense is food poisoning or something. Maybe she takes one of Xiangling's dishes and then poisons it. That way she can frame Xiangling. I kind of like that idea just because they have Guoba as the Monokuma in this intro too. So it's kind of funny to me. It's yeah, he's avenging his girl Xiangling. You get them, Monoguoba. But yeah, all memes aside, let's go ahead and watch this thing. I am quite excited, to be honest. Okay, what you got for me, Monoguoba? Ah, there she is. They even animated him in the little pixels. That's cute. Oh wow, the art looks so good. Dang. Oh my god! They did the Danganronpa sprites for everyone! That's so cool! Uh-oh. She's so tiny. Oh my god, this is the entrance to Mondstadt too. What? This is so good. Holy crap. This is way more well made than I thought it would be. Oh fuck. No! Oh no, oh no, oh no. Xiangling gonna... It's just she about to eat her? It's oh god, I don't know if I want to see this anymore. Why'd I choose to make this video? Okay. It's I'm chopping her up and stuff. Oh, the Salt Bay! No! What the fuck? Oh god. Oh, wait. Oh no! I'm gonna roast her. Oh shit. Go, Guoba! Oh shit. Death by fire, it seems like. I like that she's just jamming. And this is dope. Oh Jesus, that's gotta be... Oh no! No, not the butter reference. I'm fucking dead. Oh wait, was that all his dream? Oh wow, look at that. Cute. Can you guys stop joking about this? It's kind of fucked up. Paimon's all of a sudden she's can we just kill that creepy little bear? He gives me really bad vibes. Oh, that was so good. Oh wow, she's totally messed up too, dude. Burnt to a crisp, man. I know this was kind of memey, but man, that would have to be so painful. Oh my god, I fucking love Xiangling just vibing. It's with Mono Guoba, would that make her the mastermind? It kind of seems like it. So funny. That was so good. I cannot get over that. I want to put a slight warning for this section. There will be spoilers for the Liyue story arc in Genshin, so please skip here if you haven't gotten that far yet. As for the rest of the video, there's no spoilers for anything Genshin or Danganronpa. Next up, we have this beautiful piece of art, and it was made by NapoleonicLocust, also on Reddit. Okay, I got Child and Xingqiu in the background. It just looks so freaking good, dude. Unfortunately, I don't think they gave a scenario for this one, but I did see a couple of really interesting comments. This person, Diamond Tiara, is best, but his punishment would be being buried alive. I feel like him being buried alive would be such a good execution because I feel like there's so many different meanings it could have. Cause for one, he does work at the funeral parlor. And then of course there's the obvious part about him being the Archon of the Geo element. So it'd be kind of ironic in that way as well. Another thing I think would be really cool for Zhongli's execution would be the idea of them kind of setting it up to look as if it's some kind of divine ritual. Because in the game, as I'm sure a lot of you guys know, he fakes his death. Originally Originally, everybody thought that he was murdered, but then they decided to cover it up by saying that like something went wrong during the divine ritual. So I feel like if they had like an execution for Zhongli where they mimicked that fake death by sort of like parodying like a divine ritual, I don't know, I just think it'd be really ironic. If you want to go super extra like how they do in Danganronpa too, I would love the idea of like Amon Aguoba dressing up as like Ningguang, like setting up the divine ritual before he dies, you know what I mean? So the way that I see Zhongli's execution kind of like ending would be that he's buried alive, and like once he's finally like 6 feet under, the ground will just start like closing in on him. I think it'd be really cool if it looked like his elemental skill, you know, that like big block. So it's basically like those closing in on him underground until he's like completely crushed. I don't know, I think that would be like so cool looking, and it would be like terrifying, and also it'd be super ironic, like the move that he used against like his enemies is now being like used against him. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about that. Next up, we're gonna be talking about a few different executions by one creator, and this is actually a part of a Genshinronpa AU. So if you guys want me to look at the entire AU in another video, I can definitely do that. For this video, since I'm just focusing on executions, I figured I would just kind of focus on the ones they made for those. But yeah, I definitely recommend you guys checking it out if you're interested in it. I'm gonna be referring to them as Genius Minx in this video though, since that's their main Twitter, but they also go by Krung Jelly on Twitter and on TikTok, and their Instagram is I'm Kaeya and Jelly Baby. But yeah, they do post a lot of really good art, so I definitely recommend checking them out. But yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at some of the executions they made. But yeah, first up is Noelle's execution called A Cup of Tea Please. Noelle, ultimate maid, executed. So basically, my idea for Noelle's execution, she will serve a cup of tea to a lady with a timer. As a maid, she will do anything to serve her people. She can't spill the tea that she's holding, and she won't be able to fight or defend herself from the monsters. All she has to do is run and dodge ruin guards, hilly churls, etc. She needs to dodge those, and she'll be running herself into the ground to fire in order to reach her destination. So in the game, Noelle is like super obsessed with being a Knight of Favonius, so I feel like her execution should really like emphasize that inferiority she feels still working as a maid for the knights and not being like an official knight herself. So in the art, you can kind of see people taunting her during her execution too. Like, you're a disgrace to the Knights of Favonius, useless slave, worst maid ever, you can't even do your job right. And man, I feel like that would be so like painful for her, because like she takes so much pride in her job as a maid, and she also just like dreams so hard about becoming a Knight of Favonius. So like having to hear that stuff like as she's dying, like all of her worst fears being confirmed, that would just be like so terrible. And like I do like that this execution kind of combines like her job as a maid and her dream of becoming a Knight of Favonius. Like of course her delivering tea reflects her job as a maid, and then having to avoid hilly churls and ruin guards while doing it, I feel like sort of symbolizes her dream of becoming a Knight of Favonius. And so I feel like the idea of her like dying to something that would be the job of a Knights of Favonius too would also be kind of like reiterating in her mind that like, of course I can't do this, of course I'm too much of a failure to actually be a part of their ranks. Like, and then to have people like yelling at her and stuff while she's thinking that, while she's dying, it's just so freaking sad, dude. I like Noelle a lot, she's a sweetheart. But yeah, this is Noelle's execution. Let me know what you guys think about it as well. So next up is Amber's execution called Go Go Baron Beast. Amber, the ultimate gliding champion, executed. They wrote that for Amber's execution, she'll be doing a gliding challenge while hilly churls shooters are aiming for her. As she glides up in the sky and goes through the obstacles, hilly churls will shoot at Amber, and it will infect her arm with a lethal poison. As she starts to get weak and loses stamina, another hilly churl shoots at her wind gliders, causing her to fall to the ground. Gladly, she was still alive when the drop was very high, but she was unable to stand up and was greeted by a giant Baron bunny, or should I say, a Baron beast. No! So that's what the title means? Go, go, Baron buddy. Could also be stop, stop, Baron beast. Oh my god. Is it gonna explode on her? It totally is, dude. That is so sad. The poison was spreading inside her, and she was still holding her arm. Forgive me, everyone, for I have failed you all. The last thing she said to herself before the Baron beast charged at her and finally exploded. Oh, that's so freaking sad, dude. You know, Amber's such a good girl. She's so sweet. She doesn't deserve that. I kind of feel bad because honestly, like me and my friends, we kind of dog on Amber a lot. I'm not gonna lie, cause like, I don't know, man. She's just like, I feel like in my opinion, the worst starter, like gameplay wise. And it just took me so freaking long to finally get a different pyro user. She was driving me insane, honestly. Like every time I played as her and she would say, go, go, Baron bunny. I was like the SpongeBob meme saying it back to her, cause I was like, I have to use her cause I really need fire in my party, but God, I just wish I had any other pyro user. But I do love Amber as a character. She's a total sweetheart, especially in the manga. I feel like that was what really got me to like fall in love with her. So I feel like this execution is just making me feel guilty for like making fun of her so often to my friends. I'm sorry, Amber, I love you. You didn't deserve that. Stop, Baron B. Stop. Next up is Jean's execution. Jean, the ultimate dandelion knight. And her execution is withered dandelion. I couldn't actually find their like scenario for this one, so I'd probably have to come up with my own. I feel like with Jean, I can relate to her as a character so much because I do the same thing, like overwork myself and have like way too high of expectations for myself. So I feel like I could see her execution like really mirroring that, like people just all around her asking for favors and deeds and things like that. And maybe she even has like a timer like Noelle or something along those lines. And so she's just like trying to do all these things and she's trying to like figure it out. And like Monaguoba is just gonna keep adding like more jobs, more things for her to do. As she's doing these jobs and she's finally getting to the end of it, she makes it past the finish line because she is a very hardworking individual. And once she makes it past there, Monaguoba is still gonna pull the floor from underneath her and she's gonna fall down to her death. And then in that way, the execution is going to be showing like all this hard work you did, it didn't matter. You know what I mean? Because I feel like that would probably be like one of her worst fears. I think she's the type of person that feels like she's never doing enough. And I think a really bad fear for her would be the idea of like, it didn't even matter in the end. Like I pushed myself so hard and I lived for everybody else. And at the end of the day, like, it didn't benefit me whatsoever and I'm just gonna die. Jean as a killer in general is very interesting too, since like I said, she's such a sweetheart. I could definitely see her being like the mom of the group. She already is like the mom of the Knights of Favonius. Gosh, I feel like in a trial too, people would not want to believe that she murdered. I would be there defending her too, like no way my baby girl did that. You gotta be kidding me. So I bet that trial would be wild now that I think about it. Next up is Xiangling, Ultimate Despair. Yep, she's the mastermind. I guess it makes sense considering we got Monaguoba. Oh my God, he's got the little Monokuma eye too. That's so cute. Also formerly known as Ultimate Chef. Her execution is Chef de Cuisine. I guess I lost, guys. My bad. You're all a bunch of losers and dumbasses. She's so nice in the game, dude. It's kind of hard for me to imagine her being evil. I guess it'd be really convincing though while you're playing. You'd be like, no, it's not her. She's so sweet. She cooks for all of us. She could poison us, but she didn't. So surely she's a good girl. Okay, for Xiangling's execution, they said they hadn't thought it out fully yet. They said it would take place north of Dadaopa Gorge, where the big cooking pot is there. Her lower body is tied up in those thorny vines created by the Dendro Samachurls. There's going to be a feast and ritual happening there too. A feast for the hilly churls maybe, bathing in the boiling water as she hugs Monaguoba closer to her, feeling the thorns going deeper inside her skin. Then finally a Midachurl walks towards her, swinging its blazing axe to her head, successfully beheading her. The water in the pot slowly turns pink and the hilly churls are happily feasting on her dead body. Ew! Gross! Jesus Christ! Man, they just fed her to the hilly churls. Jesus! What the fuck? God, there's like so much going on in this one. Like you have like the thorny vines like piercing into her skin, the boiling of the water, and then like being beheaded. I guess at least it like ends quickly. She doesn't have to suffer through like the whole entire thing. So I guess that's kind of good. And of course it is really fitting for her to be like boiled alive since she is like so into cooking. It's so interesting too that she's dying to like so many hilly churls. I kind of wonder if like the twist for this game would be that like the world's been like overtaken by them or something along those lines. Maybe she becomes their leader and helps them take over all of the world to, you know, cause despair or whatever the fuck she's doing. But yeah, just kind of like an interesting idea. If she was like the leader of them too, that'd be very ironic for them to be the ones like, you know, killing her. But I think it would make sense if she was like leading them because like, I mean, who put together the killing game? The hilly churls that are, you know, not on payroll. Who's doing these magical executions? The Samachurls, come on. I mean, it makes sense when you really think about it. Okay, now we have Razor, and his execution is Lupus Boreas Lesson, and his talent is the ultimate animal breeder. His execution is going to be held at Andreas's place, where he is chained up in a pole with his angry Lupercals surrounding him. The wolves charge at him, clawing him until he bled. Oh Oh God, that's so messed up. I just feel like executions with live animals, there's something like extra sinister about it. He can't fight back because it's his lupicles and all he can do is endure the pain. This one is so sad to me. Like, of course he's not gonna fight back against them. He loves them and they're like his family. Fischl screamed in pain as she watched from afar while Razor got beaten up by the wolves. She can't even get inside the arena since it was protected by a barrier. Just like the idea of like Fischl like screaming outside the execution too. God, that would have to be so freaking sad. Razor, he's a sweetheart as well. He's so like innocent, I feel like. I feel like he would be a good like chapter 4 killer because I feel like that's usually when like really sweet characters die. Just the idea of him getting like torn to pieces and the fact that he's getting killed by like his own like family, like that's so messed up, dude. I feel like this is the saddest one so far. It's kind of interesting too because like, you know, I like Razor, but he's definitely not like one of my like top characters, but for some reason this execution's hitting me way harder than like anything. Okay, finally, I wanted to bring up one more comment because it made me want to vomit personally, and if I have to read it, you do too. So this is a comment from one of Crunk Crunk Jelly's TikToks, and basically this person wrote that they thought it'd be interesting for an execution for Kaeya and Diluc if the element used to kill them was like switched, so like Diluc freezes to death and like Kaeya burns to death, and like that's just it's so painful because it's just like thinking about their like tumultuous relationship and how like in their last moments they could be like thinking of the other one and like all the regrets they have, like not, you know, patching up that bridge. It just makes me so sad, dude. It hurts me so bad. Like when I read this, I like gasped. I was like, I could have gone my whole life not thinking about like the pain that would bring. But anyways, I just kind of wanted to bring that up to you guys because like I said, it was very painful to read, and if I have to hurt, you have to hurt too. But thanks guys so much for watching the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please do let me know if you're interested in me making more Genshin content and what kind of content you might want me to make for those games. Also, if you'd like to see me covering more like Danganronpa executions for characters in other franchises, I remember a while ago I saw like Persona characters getting like Danganronpa executed, and I thought that was really interesting. But yeah, thanks guys so much for watching. Please do leave a like and a comment and subscribe if you did enjoy this video. That kind of stuff really does help me out a lot with the algorithm. And yeah, I will see you guys real soon.